What's going on? And welcome to oh shit, I forgot a topic tonight. Open mic live stream. I haven't been feeling all that well today, so uh kind of just went over my head, or not over my head, but slipped my mind on tonight's live stream, but I wanted to get it in there and talk with you fine people. So let me get a 5x5, make sure that I'm not talking to myself. And then I can greet some people. All right, thank you, Grant and Grace, for the 5x5. What's happening, Ghost Lincoln? Sherry, thank you for the 5x5. F-Ash ready. Welcome in, welcome in. Coffee first, then speak. Good evening. What's happening, KP Heathen? World 2 IC with all kinds of 4.9 by 3. All right, that's about what I feel like right now. So, Katrinka, welcome in, welcome in. I will I have a few things that I want to talk about. Just your typical everyday news shit, but I had an issue with my vision, not vision preparedness, my vision. As y'all know, I had brain surgery, and the tumor was sitting on my optical nerve and wrapped around my carotid artery, and they took it out 7 months ago, and I'm still trying to get back to 100%. I still have the pain and the electric sensation in my head. But the other day, I woke up and I couldn't see out of my right eye, and kind of freaked me out a little bit. So I got a guest here. So, welcome in, Ghost. I'm just telling everybody about my eyesight, but it only lasted about 5 minutes, and the doctor said to go to the eye doctor. My brain doctor said to go to the eye doctor. Went to the eye doctor. They did the dilation and did all the tests and everything, and my vision is fine. They said it was a brain issue. So back to the brain surgeon I go. I hope to hell it's nothing major. That just a fluke. I don't know. That's the first time that that's happened, that I've lost my sight in that eye. So, well, since the brain surgery, but we'll see.
Could be.
What's that?
It could. It definitely could be. I mean, when they did what they did with you, that's kind of an odd separation, and yeah, it's possible. It could have been a fluke in the machine.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, I couldn't see, yeah. So, but hopefully it's nothing and it don't happen again. But anyways, that just is just one more thing that I didn't need to deal with. And then the damn washer took a shit. I don't know what the hell's going on there. It started leaking, and so I need to tear that apart and see. And do they even make appliance repairmen anymore? I mean, is that even a thing anymore? Do they make house calls?
Yes and no. I mean, they do and they don't. What do you want to call them? It's not like it used to be back in the day. Be like, hey, Maytag guy, my thing's broke. Can you come fix it? Can you come fix it? Now it's literally more of a
general.
What do you want to call it? No, it's a warranty technician basically anymore.
Well, this thing's 12 years old, so it's definitely out of warranty. But
yeah, there's no warranty.
So I don't know if it's worth even calling anybody. Even I asked the question because I don't know if they make appliance repairmen anymore. And
they do, but you really got to search and hunt for them. They're not out there in mainstream anymore. They're like locksmiths. They're sitting in the background going, "Something's gonna break. I have to fix it. I'm waiting for it."
Yep. Yeah, that's fine.
They are out there.
I'll look. Welcome in, Sherry.
Most of your washing
J3GS
machines
Farms, welcome in. I'll look tomorrow and see. I could go to Costco and get a new one. Not that I want to, but Costco has them on sale right now in my Costco anyway. So,
well, I mean,
I'm not going to pay an outrageous amount for somebody to come out and may or may not be able to fix it versus just going getting a brand new one for, because I'm sure it's not. I know what it costs to get somebody to come out and do my furnace. That's a little different because you're talking $3,000-$4,000 to replace that. I can replace my washing machine for $500. So that's a little different.
Well, and this is something I know from experience in my field is the beautiful thing is say something, a washing machine, a dryer, or something.
What, Cha-Cha? You're not staying?
Cha-Cha kind of fails or messes up on you. You could always be like, oh, hey, they're on sale for like whatever. And you buy them, you can, and you have them. And then it's not a waste of money, but no, it's not a waste of money. Because if you don't use it, it's not going to wear out and break. So then you realize, oh, shit, I just bought that, and it's a $50 part.
Yeah.
But I have that new one in case I can't get parts for this one, and then this one becomes, out the door type situation.
Yeah, and that's if you have the space to keep all this shit. And
that's the magic.
Yeah, I'd rather take that space and put something else in it. But I just want to say hello to some more people. Kelda Grandma, welcome in. Paul J. Conray Sr.
Hey, Paul.
My buddy Mike Zelinsky, welcome in. Good to see you.
Rob B in the chat. Kiss off.
Rob B.
Wait, Coffee gonna mess with me? She had my number? No, I'm kind of glad you don't.
Well, yeah, so that's what's been going on kind of in Double Dog Prepper's world. I feel like shit. I have a jacked up washing machine, and then I go and look to see what I'm going to talk about tonight. So I just I don't have I got rid of cable, so I don't have news anymore. What's up, Prepared Irishman? Kiss off, welcome in. So I don't have my cable anymore. I have the internet because I have all my streaming services, a few that I have. But so I get on the internet to just check some stuff out, and there was another plane crash today in Toronto, injuring 17 people. There was like 80 people on board, and 17 got injured. What the hell is going on? And I see the pictures of this. The damn airplane was upside down. It flipped over. How the hell does a plane do that?
I think the birds are plane birds. I don't know. It's like the planes are losing their functionality.
I've never heard of this many incidences involving planes in my life. This is like the third or fourth biggest one. Hold on, here we go. Rescue. What's going on, brother?
There he is. Good evening.
Buenos dias. What's up, guys?
Oh, just talking. We were just talking about the plane crash in Toronto, and I was saying how I've never heard or seen this many incidences involving planes in this short a period of time in my entire life.
I have a theory on that.
And luckily, there's survivors on some of these, like today, nobody died as of yet, but, to survive that plane flipping over on a damn runway is crazy, you know. So, what's your theory, Rescue?
It was something that John Snyder said years ago. He was talking about how people absorb information.
Mm-hmm.
And in his example, he used a red truck. He said, if you've never thought about a red truck, but if I tell you that I'm thinking about buying a red truck, you're going to notice that in the next 60 days, you see more red trucks than you ever saw before because it's now in your mind. Well, I think personally, I think they're intentionally feeding those stories because shit's always happened.
Yeah.
But guess what's happening at the same time this is going on?
Oh, yeah. And
there's trillions and billions of dollars, and they're not wanting anybody to find the details, so they just want to harp it. It's kind of like the orange man bad syndrome again. Yep. It's only Elon. And it's like, he's so evil. Look at that over there. And it's like, well, no, let's look at what he just found. Oh, that's why. That's just my take. What's up, everybody?
That's a good take on it. I didn't think about it that way, but yeah.
I agree because my Jeep I currently am paying for. I never thought of it. I never noticed it. But now that I have one, I'm driving down the road and it's like, oh God, there's like 30 of these things. Okay. Well, now I know where I'm getting parts from.
But I guess I don't have cable no more. So when I watch TV, I'm catching up on my TV shows that I watch. I don't watch any kind of news. I randomly will turn on a news channel on my streaming services, but I get a lot of my news from YouTube and stuff like that, which I take everything with a grain of salt.
I get my news from trusted people.
But speaking about Elon, so they 14 states, and I believe all of them are blue states. I could be wrong. I don't know. Michigan, Arizona, New Mexico, Vermont, California, Connecticut, Hawaii, Washington, Maryland, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Nevada, Oregon, and Rhode Island. The attorney generals from all those states filed a restraining order from the DOJ from eliminating government jobs and programs.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know you almost choked up on that.
and I like it blows my mind. Like I'm all for getting to the bottom of all the corruption, getting to the bottom of all this wasteful spending. Yeah, but how is it that you have one? Well, I know the answer to my question. You have one side that's completely upset and just losing their everlasting minds, losing their shit because of this, because they're finding all this wasteful spending and these programs. I've said this for a long time. Why do we need all this shit? Okay, if we can't take care of our people here first, then we shouldn't be helping other people in other countries. It should be America, and like Trump said, America first. It should be America first, and then move on. Just like my household. I don't take my money and go help everybody else out and then wonder how I'm going to take care of my household afterwards. I take care of my family, my people first, and then if I have extra, then maybe I donate or I can go help or whatever, do that kind of stuff. But it's my household is number one, and that should be everybody's. But they're just losing their shit because they're finding all these programs, and I'll listen. If you need assistance, I'm all for it, and that's what it's for. Like the welfare system, for an example. If you need assistance to help get you back on your feet, then I agree. It's not meant to live on for the rest of your life. It's not meant for you to raise more and more and more kids. It's to help you through a bad time to get to better times.
It's so you can be 369 years old and still get Social Security. Make that one make sense.
I see a thing today. My cousin sent me a actually it was on his Facebook. Let me see if I can pull it up. It is freaking. They had a chart.
It plucks on the American heartstrings. It's these helpful organizations, these communities. Look, don't you want to help? Yeah, but the money never goes there.
So Social Security, $261 billion annually going, or that's set aside or whatever the hell it is for 120 plus year olds. Like, who the hell in this country is 120 years old?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's we have over 21 million. If you look at the Doge report, there's over 21 million people in this country that are over 100 years old. And there's like 15 million that are over, 120 or 126 years old.
Wow,
and it's like,
that's awesome.
What? But here's another kicker to that whole little Doge thing. There's also more people on the roll than there is in the population. There's like about a 30 million person difference. Gee, I wonder where those came from.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. So they are finding this corruption, and people are upset about it. Why? Because their play money, their lifestyle is going to change. Well, tough shit.
They're worried. They're afraid. They're scared that they're going to lose their millions upon millions while they should be making 100,000 a year or 150,000.
While we're on this topic of the Doge and stuff, now I'm all for them finding the misappropriated funds and stopping programs that don't align with our values and our morals in this country.
Yep.
But can someone explain to me why Doge, and I'm for all this, why does Doge need yours and yours and yours and my IRS information?
To audit the IRS.
Get the bulk.
But they don't need my social security number to audit the IRS, do they?
Yeah.
That
when you think about it,
in the database. Yeah, it's all in the database for the IRS or social security number, everything. It's all in the database.
Well, I get that
it's itemized, but that's your identifier. It's like if they wanted to look you up, your IP is your internet address. Well, in that system, your social security
number,
that's your ID. So if they can go compare those, they look at payments that have been going out, they look at taxes coming in, they start to see the fraud, and they start to see things like, I don't know, what was that, like $50 million in back taxes that the very IRS employees themselves are behind?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I seen a little news clip. So, and so there's a judge out there that's got a hand in that. I've never seen, and maybe it's what you said, Rescue, about you don't notice it because they're trying to keep your attention on that instead of looking over here. But
well, can I picture something real quick?
Yeah.
What would you think? What do you think if, like, in the morning, Tuesday morning news, every mainstream media actually came at this legitimately and went and got these Doge records that they're showing and started actually just reporting the story as it said? Oh, Doge says that they have found this, and this, and this. Oh, Doge found this, and this. All right, y'all have a good day today, and go off. Do you realize the boil that America would have? Because now all of a sudden you just got slapped in the face with the facts. As long as they can keep these little smoke and mirror stories, you always got the ones that'll take the attention away. The minute you get a little too close, they can use the truth.
Well, there's another factor added into this too. Is Doge, that's a weird word to say, has the access to everybody's social security number, which gives them access to everybody's taxes, which I know it's a scary thing, but really our social security number is throughout this planet. Everybody can look it up and have it. It doesn't matter. But the main thing is like if they're going through and being like, okay, this social security number got paid how much? Really? That's interesting. Why? And then they look at other social security numbers of the working class and they're like, they got screwed on their taxes. They might get more money back that was owed to them, but a certain large group was like, no, we're going to put it over here. You know what? No, you.
I mean, I understand that there's organizations and people out there that have our. I mean, heck, my doctor has my social security number. My dentist office has it. You know, there's all kinds of people out there that have that information. You know, I get that.
Printer or copier you've ever put your information into, it's in that machine.
Yeah,
it's all stored.
Yeah,
it's everywhere. I mean, anybody can look up. Okay, what's this guy's social security number? Chances are they're going to find it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and keep in mind too, because this is something. Now, I'm not going to say this is 100%. The first part of what I'm fixing to say is 100% fact. I can show you the document. It backs it all up. Government shit. Doge is a renamed committee, a renamed department. It was under Obama, and it was called Digital Internet something services or something like that. And you can actually go look at the executive order. I posted it during the live, because what he did when he created Doge, you can go look at and read the executive order. He renamed that to Doge. It was something else. Now, I don't know. This is where I'm not 100% sure. I think that that committee, agency, department, whatever that's called, commission, already had access to this shit. It's just that they're trying to highlight the name Doge, like this is some new orange man bad created to, do everything. This was put in by Obama, and then it was just renamed. So I'm not sure if they already didn't have the permissions per se. What's up, D-Dog?
What's going on?
Treasury people, they have the access already.
Okay, the Doge and Social Security, they're getting 0 Social Security numbers. They're just looking for the efficiency of the government entity.
Oh shit. Damn.
Okay, and that's fine. I just seen an article and there was nothing in there. It was a headline, so I was just curious as to what was going on there. So
yeah, they're just looking for government waste. They're not looking for the Social Security numbers. Like it's public record for how old, how many people of a certain age, are collecting Social Security. That's public record.
Yep.
By the way, Devil Dog, so to pin the comment that Coffee's talking about, you would go into the YouTube chat.
Okay.
And then you would click that little comment you just made where you did it. And one of the options is going to be able to pin that message. So then you can pin it to the top.
All right. So
Rescue, how's Alamo?
How's who? What?
Alamo.
Oh, Alamo. He's doing good. Dude, I still get a kick out of his big white feather. We kind of been humping it pretty good this weekend. I didn't get on this morning. I felt really bad because I'm sure people were looking forward to it, but I was so sore after yesterday. Hey. But we got all the fencing done around it. We got the lane fencing put up, and was going to try to do the overall netting today, but just assuming, I think between me and her both said, you know what, F it.
Well, so do things at your pace. That way it gets done.
Yeah.
Did I do it right? Can you see it? I'm on StreamYard, so.
Coffee, did it work right?
Yep, it's there.
There.
All right, sweet. Yeah, so that was one thing.
Hey, got a little question for you, if you don't mind me asking y'all. So, what did y'all think of the NASCAR thing? Wasn't that kind of cool? Homeboy took the beast for a few laps around.
Oh yeah,
come on. I
heard that they were. I don't know if they were doing something with, because they had that truck. There was a truck with all kinds of cameras. I don't know if that was just media or if they're doing something with a movie or something like that. There was a story behind it, but I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh. Dude, it was pretty badass. I thought it was cool. And then he put into the infield and he gets out and he turns around and helps his granddaughter out. And it's just, I don't know. All I'm going to say is Orange Man bad, fine. Feel free to show me somewhere in the last 4 years where something like that happened out of the other administration. So more has just happened in 4 weeks than happened in over 4 years. So
I was hoping he'd take the limousine and do a burnout with it. That would have been cool.
You know how much that thing weighs?
A lot. It is crazy. It's only 2 or 3 foot longer than a NASCAR.
Dude, have you ever noticed the doors when they open them up, dude?
Oh,
Those things are like they're like a foot thick.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And what do you guys think about the massive flooding in Kentucky? Holy
Oh
crap!
man.
That place.
Actually, they were using some of these little I don't know, what do you call them? Left wingers? I don't know. They're batshit crazy people. They're using it to actually go against Trump too, because they're trying to say, look, he didn't even have any empathy or sympathy. He didn't say anything. He didn't go visit those families. Look at how bad that is. Like, slow your roll. Homeboy issued the executive order right before he went to the Daytona.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, he was also the first one on the ground for North Carolina. He's been to Flint. He's been to Palestine.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sorry. Where's your other little shit? That's all those.
Yep.
He's baking with his ice cream.
And here's my thoughts on that. So if you've never been in an area where a president comes into, so like a flooding or a tornado or the hurricane in North Carolina, stuff like that. I went down to Mississippi and helped out down there a couple years ago, and Biden came in when he was president. He came down there. Everything had to stop. All work had to stop, just so they could come in and get their photo ops and all this other shit. So
He's the safety.
in situations like that, just stay the hell out. Be in Washington, fly over, whatever you got to do, and let people get their lives together. And I'm glad he did what he did. He did the executive order to help the people out, and then later on down the road, yeah, come and look. But I don't think it's bad for a president to stay out of there until shit gets going.
Yep.
Get the actual people that know what the hell they're doing to lead the organization, like FEMA and Red Cross and all these other people to help. Those are the people that need to be there helping.
Yeah.
Because shit,
Well, once they come in too, it's just that whole security bubble that floats around them. So the minute they go into an area, no flying, no movement, and it's just you don't need that in that. You needed people.
Oh yeah,
flying.
we had to stop doing what we were doing and leave the area in order for them to come there. So yeah, I just think it's better for them to stay out of the way, and that would be more help than them being there. And so.
Yep.
But
hell, man, if he'll direct the agencies to do their job, that would be the biggest benefit. Make sure actually FEMA showed up to actual help.
Yep, absolutely.
Wait, they're not on permanent vacation?
Here comes D-Dog.
Okay, FEMA should never fucking exist. Go to the original Federalist Papers by Hamilton, and it says the money from New York should not go to fix Georgia. So each state is sovereign and on their own. If New York wants to donate money to help Georgia get fixed up, then it should.
Yeah.
FEMA was created by 3 executive orders, 1 before Jimmy Carter and 2 with Jimmy Carter.
Okay.
It should not be here. It should not exist. And FEMA was giving NGOs, non-government organizations, money to give it to the illegals.
Okay.
There's another reason for it to be gone.
And then North Carolina, they said that they didn't have money to help people out in North Carolina. That's disgusting,
Dude, one of the latest things from Doge. Let's see if I remember how this trail goes. So apparently was it FEMA that gave it to USAID? USA gave it. The money ended up it was like something trillions of dollars to Bill Gates Foundation.
Right.
And I sat here and I'm not no mathematician. It's not my thing. But it didn't take me long to sit there and look at this list of shit. And I'm going, I'm sorry, we're $37 trillion in debt. Well, how about we recoup like all this shit? And then, wow, we might even be in the positive.
Yeah. Well, I looked at my daughter's college education and how much is owed on that. And then I go and see that Doge found all these millions of dollars that went to pay for a Al-Qaeda freaking person to get his education in Colorado, and then he ended up getting killed overseas doing bad shit.
To our guys.
I got to pay for my shit, and my daughter has to pay for her stuff.
You got to pay to be shot at. You're paying to be shot at.
Yeah. Yeah, just crazy shit. Oh, and happy President's Day, by the way. I didn't say it at the beginning.
Happy President.
What we need is another president whose main occupation was a farmer, and his prestigious occupation was a land surveyor, because all the other ones suck. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No,
President Washington.
Okay.
The guy that didn't want any power.
Right. Yep. You know, like people ask me, who are you going to vote for 2024? I said, you find me a farmer that doesn't want the fucking job, and I'll support him 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Night, Coffee. Make it a good night, man. Get you some rest.
Have a good night, Coffee.
He's gonna go over.
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation, you know, and Sherry, you're right. Served in the military. I mean, they make all these rules to become president, and that's not a mandatory part. And I think that's crazy. How the hell are you going to be in charge of the world's best and strongest military force and have no idea what the hell you're doing?
Dude, look at
Never
Pete
put on the
Hegseth.
uniform.
Look at all the shit they just gave Pete Hegseth. And it's like, if you look back and, you know, and without getting political and going, oh, see that dude. I'm just sorry. That dude has more qualifications to step up into that job than anybody that's been up there. Well, maybe
Right.
two
That's
other.
what I'm all about. Put people in there that are qualified for the job. I don't give a shit what color they are, what sex they are, what happens in their bedroom. I don't give a shit. I want who's best for the job, period.
Skills and qualifications, not race, creed.
And you find me someone that hasn't screwed up in their entire life. And then
I'll show you a liar.
Everybody's made mistakes. Nobody's perfect. So of course everybody has skeletons in their closet, you know, but it's
Night, Loretta.
Watching these hearings on Trump's picks to lead. I think he learned a lot from the first time around with
he said that.
People.
He said that during an interview with Sean Ryan, I think it was, because Sean Ryan point blank asked him, and he said, so what's different this time? You know, you said that draining the swamp. He said, you know, I knew people, but I didn't know people like I know people now. Now I know. And that's why they've spent these past couple of years. That's why you hear the Heritage Foundation, the Project 2025 shit. It's because it drew their attention, because down in Florida, they helped start vetting people. They started helping. So when this time went in, all that little meander staffers that were going to cause all the disruption, no, your asses are all fired. You're being replaced. People that have been vetted. So that's why I think we have more traction this time. That's why things are actually steamrolling ahead.
And that's why the other side has promised to make it hell every step of the way for anything. How do these people continue to get elected at seeing this shit? They would. It's like getting on a plane and wanting it to crash. Like, who the hell does that? You know, I want that pilot to be the best pilot in the world when I'm on it. You know, or whatever. And for them to want to see failure, it blows my mind, and it actually kind of pisses me off, because they continually get elected and they're getting a paycheck to do this, and it's crazy.
Double Dog Wolfang says you look tired.
I am tired. So,
or actually, no, he meant Ghost. Ghost looks tired.
He was talking about Ghost. Yeah,
I'm always tired.
So wait a minute, Wolfang. So Ghost is the one that looks tired, but you're the one that can't type. So are you tired?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh, let's see, what else do I got here?
Get a shovel and salt.
They're still talking about making Canada a 51st state. I don't know if that's just a troll or
just
what.
Let it be Canada. Let them be there.
Yeah.
Dude,
like
I will say, I got to apologize to Canadian real quick, because what's fixing to come out of my mouth, I'll just go ahead and say, I'm sorry. Don't get too mad at me. You'll get over it. But, dude, I'm so glad they got their ass thumped in that game, because that's what your ass gets for booing our national anthem. You shouldn't have done that. You fired it up. You
3
woke the
fights
dragon.
within the first 90 seconds.
They got spanked, literally.
Shouldn't have
Oh,
booed
shit.
the anthem. That set the wrong tone.
Yep. Kennedy said, as soon as Sparkle Socks is gone, we'll be okay. Yeah?
He was there too.
Yeah. Ain't that a kick in the ass right there?
Yeah, but in Canada, there's still talk about 2 provinces wanting to become American.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Well, I think, like I said at the beginning of this live stream, when we were talking about sending money and all that stuff, we need to take care of our house first. Just like you said, D-Dog, about New York and FEMA. Take care of New York. And then if everybody's taking care of you and you want to send stuff, then fine. But America needs to take care of America first, and we don't need the problems. And I'm not saying it's bad or whatever, but they've been in their own country for how long? You know, we don't need 40 million more things to worry about than what we already have, you know? And
And that wouldn't be another state. They got provinces up there. What you gonna do with 3 different provinces that are totally different from each other?
well, I can see if you're going to make every province, because what is there, 11? Is there 11 provinces?
I talk to Canadians, and they give me a number anything from 9 to 13.
Okay, so
They
if
don't even
they're
fucking
going to
know.
do it, why wouldn't they just make each one of them a different state instead of the whole damn country?
Right.
So they're going to have 300 well, whatever it is for the election.
What, in the House?
Ballots?
No,
Votes?
you have to have 270
seats.
electoral vote. Yeah, electoral
Representatives
vote.
and senators.
Yeah. So if Canada as a whole becomes, they'll have the most electoral votes of everybody.
No. Electoral votes is all done by population.
Okay.
So that Canada itself would get, it'd be split up probably about the same as New York.
All right.
There you go.
Because,
Canadians said it's 11 provinces and 3 territories.
Right, but most of their people are let me
French.
look at the line.
French Canadian.
Whatever province Windsor's in, that's where most of the Canadians are.
Yeah.
I think it's that center territory, isn't it? The center one that's like hardcore French. Like, I remember when I went to visit friends in Vancouver, they were like, "Oh yeah, you go over there, man. Hell, we'll even catch shit over there."
Right.
It just needs to be Canada.
Yeah.
Just let them get their shit together. Let's do this little reciprocating tariff thing. Like, whatever you charge us, we're going to charge you. There you go. You do you, boo. We're going to do us.
Yep. Absolutely.
My great grandma always had the simplest saying, and the more and more through life and politics and the world views and everything I see, the more and more this saying makes sense. She always said, "You can't change someone else's diaper if you can't wipe your own ass."
Yep.
That's it.
And I see that more and more. It's like, our country is all about, hey, let's help. And then you look back and it's like, our butt's not wiped.
Damn, neither was Biden's.
Well, they changed his diaper a lot.
They couldn't figure out how to get the mashed potatoes out of his ice cream.
But he did announce when he got his ass wiped.
I remember that. Oh my God. I saw that and it's like,
Got my ass wiped.
Yeah.
your butt's
My
been
butt's
wiped?
been wiped.
My butt's been wiped. It's like,
And then you got your European allies and Ukraine officials are all upset and worried that they're being sidelined from the talks to end the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, and so they're all upset. Well, you know what? The United States, for one, has put the most money involved into this situation. So the big, if you want to sit at the big kid table, then you need to pay the big kid price. You know, if you wanted to sit back and let America deal with it and then at the end you want to be involved in it. Well, then you should have been involved in it the whole entire time trying to get this shit stopped.
Yep.
So I hope that they can get that shit, because that's one less thing that, the world needs to worry about.
You guys in Ohio looks like y'all got some production shit coming your way.
Yeah.
I was watching an interview with what's his name again? It's Lucky. Palmer Lucky. You ever heard that name before?
No.
Palmer Lucky? Dude, that is the 2025 Tony Stark.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now, Russ.
You ought to look into him, dude. You're fixing to have a plant open up in Ohio for one of his companies. So this dude, Palmer Lucky, is the guy that developed the Oculus. So he developed the Oculus in his garage in his parents' house at like 14 or 15 years old. He developed Oculus. Look at that little dude right there. It's like, look at you going, where's the treats, dude? What's up?
You got your sweatshirt on?
It's not
got a hood.
Where are they talking about that plant? I know what you're talking about, Russ.
Yeah, it's Anduril. Anduril, I think, is his company, Anduril. And they make hypersonic missiles, 3 different versions of hypersonic missiles. He's also got some underwater drone stuff that they've been developing. And I love his concept. His concept is, you needed an idea. I'm going to pony up my money and build this idea, and then I'm going to bring it to you, and you say if you want it, and then we produce it. Instead of, hey, just give me $50 million and let me see what I can come up with and drag it out for decades. So that dude, to me, and he's all about America first. Yeah. Listening to him talk, I got that whole peace through strength kind of thing. It's like, if you got the baddest toys on the playground, then nobody jacks with you.
Yeah.
And so it keeps the conflicts down. And I was I was listening to him. He's got a new system called Lattice up, and I was listening to the details, and I'm like, holy shit, dude. I started envisioning the autonomous dogs, that people have seen. Yeah. And you have a squad or a company that goes out with 2 or 3 of those, and on their backs are storage areas of drones that can be deployed, like 20 drones out of the back of each one of those. When you listen to the way he talks about that lattice system, it's going to tie everything in from the aerial, from what every person sees. And so you'll have full information of the moving battlefield in front of you. And it'll all be coordinated. If you get an engagement, then everybody else is already going to see the engagements. And I was just like, dude, that dude's awesome. Rock solid. I love it. We need people like him on our side.
What was his name?
Anduril. His name is Palmer Lucky. He wears a Hawaiian shirt, and he's got a little goatee strip right here. Gotcha. And he is bringing the mullet back, son, by billions of dollars.
And just to answer some of the people here, that's my dog Mila, and yes, she had clothes on.
This ain't OnlyFans.
It was a sweatshirt we got from Costco. So she's always cold. She's always shivering, and it's supposed to be getting down into the single digits tonight in the next few days. So
it's gonna be nasty for this week in Ohio.
She's not used to it though, so she likes running around with no clothes on. But we call it running around being naked, but for a dog.
Dogs get away with it. They got for humans when they're like that. It's Sasquatch, and the iPhones are coming out snapping videos that are blurry.
Yep. George Washington, to be prepared for war is one of the most effective means of preserving peace. First annual address to Congress, January 8, 1790. Yep. Absolutely. Yep.
I've been watching that guy rescue, and it's like, I didn't know him by that name. I knew him through in our group chat. It was sent. So I never looked up the name, but I've been watching his foundry or plant, I guess you'd call it, in Ohio. And it's like, that might be where I'm going to go for my next job, because I'm done here.
Hey, right on.
Yeah, I know we got several in my area. It's growing up with a lot of businesses and stuff. And We're in a perfect, because we're by the turnpike and a major interstate, and so we have like four major routes going through. They call it the Golden Triangle, and it's just all kinds of businesses. We got 2 Amazon plants. One has been open for a couple of years now, and they're building a whole nother one behind it.
Oh, that's the new data center. I think that's that new data center that Amazon was talking about, because there's like 15 big projects that are going down, not all right here in the U.S., but majority of them are. New Arizona, down here in Texas, got the Ohio one, but most of them are all data computing power for AI stuff.
Okay.
So that's what they're building.
Yeah, because they don't want people working there. They'd rather have a robot doing it.
The globalists are going to get a slap from Trump. They all tried to ruin him, and now he's paying them all back. Yep.
Oh, he's gonna walk around kicking them in the dick. That's what he's gonna do.
Well, and it's so easy to do because every American taxpayer doesn't want to see them ripped off with their taxes. So all you really have to do is expose everything that they've done. It ain't like all you got to do is show what they've done, and it's going to fester itself.
Well, and what I'd like to see too is because you look at all the executive orders that were done the first time Trump was around versus how many Joe Biden did, and now Trump's doing. So it's not law, okay? It's just an executive order, all right? So Congress and the Senate need to start doing their freaking job and taking care of this shit. That way, the next time somebody gets in here, they're not just with a pen taking care of it. The border would not have been an issue had Congress done their damn job and taken care of that shit instead of getting rid of the executive order.
Because he violated the Supreme Court ruling. So, I mean, it went to the Supreme Court. They said, hey, you can't do that. He said, oh, that's cool. Do it anyway. That was pretty much.
Like they were talking like
the border is the president's problem. It's not Congress's problem.
Well, I understand that, but what I'm saying is like they fought and fought and fought over the money to build the wall, okay, or to give the border patrol agents the ability to take care of that. That's their job because they're they're the keeper of the purse, and right, they didn't do it.
But they have to give the money to the president for him to do his job as far as securing our borders.
Yeah. But yeah, they all this other stuff, all these other executive orders and stuff, they need to make it permanent so that way it can't be reversed and we're back in this bullshit again, because God forbid the other in 4 years the other side get back in there, then everything that happened this 4 years is all for nothing, so.
Well, that's where the administration has to stay on top, because in all honesty, when you appoint the head of that border patrol, then he can sit there and pull troops. So somebody has to stay on top of him, and you have to want to stay on top of him. And that's where the big thing fell. They changed that position, and then they started letting them run amok. That's what happened. And that's where the American citizen, this is where you got to get up and do your part. You got to be an American citizen. You can't just be a rider. You got to be a participant.
Yeah.
Every border sheriff on the north border and south border and everything else could have secured that border if they would have done their fucking job. They didn't need the federal government to do anything. The only thing the federal government really has any say of is ports of entry.
Okay. Yeah. I see that.
Well, that's what Abbott took. That was the stance Abbott took with Texas. Because everybody kept griping about, well, why didn't Abbott do anything? It's like, well, we are. It's just that through the legal process, because that is his responsibility. So in order to circumvent that, you have to now show just cause. So that's what they did. Paxton and Abbott, they built the case to then do it. And of course, that's why we won it in court. And we still win in court.
Yeah.
Every single time that the sheriff has taken on the federal government, the sheriff has won. Every single time. And do you remember that bullshit Brady bill? Right here, this Supreme Court, Mac Prince versus USA, that shut down that Brady bill bullshit. And Sheriff Mack is the one who initiated it.
Okay. Nice.
And then Sheriff Prince out of Wisconsin is the one who took over the case.
Actually, Wolfang, you got a good point. See, that's the contrast between this administration versus the other one. Nobody wanted to point out, like the health secretary, who is an aged guy, bald, that put a wig on and wanted to act like a woman. Nobody highlighted that. Nobody pointed out how absurd that was. Nobody pointed out any of that because the media was behind it. That's really, I'm not as excited. I mean, I'm not as like pissed off anymore because I get the whole picture, dude. Once they took over the media, and then that was it, man. Because that's, whether we like it, we can sit in our chats, and I don't mean no disrespect or insult, so don't nobody take it this way, but we can sit in our YouTube channels and we can sit in our bubbles and we talk to people that get it. But when you look at the 330 million people in the country, and I said it numerous times, I know so many people to this day get up every day, that coffee pot goes off, they walk in that kitchen, they pour that cup of coffee, they hit the remote, and on comes ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, and they start listening while they're either looking at what they're going to do for the day, they're making breakfast, drinking some coffee, and they're just hearing the shit. It's not that they watch it and they're like, oh man, I'm a CNN fan. Every bus station pumps that shit, every emergency room, almost every doctor office, every hospital,
every airport.
So you've got this bombarding of this shit. And that's why the best thing I think most people can do is take a deep breath and learn how to communicate with the asshole right down the road from you that you didn't like for years, but somehow you need to figure out a way to go, man, and just feed something to make them want to go dig.
I'm gonna make
the minute they'll start to find it out, then it'll lead them in themselves. But you gotta,
and that's what people need to do. They need to take responsibility for their own stuff and educate themselves. Just because you hear it on Devil Dog Prepper's live stream, okay, don't make it fact. Okay, so
research.
If you hear something and it gets in your head, you need to go and do your own research and educate yourself. And make your own opinion about a situation, not what the news tells you.
I don't watch or listen to the news. I only listen to the weather.
Hey,
I get
Devil Dog, I'm going to drop one of my quotes that I like the most, and you can read it on, read it for everybody.
Only trust what you know, not what you think you know, and never what you're told. Do your own research. D-Dog. Absolutely. That is 100%. Key right there.
And don't put your mouth on it.
That's the most solid advice I can give anybody.
Yep.
It's true. I mean, you just can't listen to somebody go and believe it when you can go on. Well, I hate to say it, but it's what we have right now is online or back in history, and you research it yourself, and it's like, wait, what? No, what?
Yep.
Which they
and especially what's coming now with the AI bots and the AI content. You're fixing to see interviews of Joe Rogan and some green Martian, and it's going to sound totally legit, and it'll be in every language available so that everybody can and it's just like, wow, you're going to have to really discern what's legit and what's not.
Yeah, it's going to require a lot of focus and paying attention on the human part of society to be like, that's BS. That's BS. Kind of funny, though. But there's nothing factual with this situation. It's all generated. It's trash.
Paul J. Conroy, I'm not sure. I don't know exactly.
No, it's not a private message. Anything in here, all you're going to do as far as the direct post to, like, if you wanted to do it to Canadian, then you would do your little @Canadian, and all it's going to do is highlight his name for him, but everybody else is still going to see it. There's nothing about YouTube chat or StreamYard chat that privatizes.
Yeah.
Nope. unless you're on the panel, then you can talk directly with everybody.
Yeah. You know, in the back end of StreamYard itself, you got the little private chat, but
Mhm.
the only way you can send a private message through YouTube would be to send them an email. Go to their page, go to their about part, get their email, and then email them. That's it.
And you're right. Ignore the false flags and rabbit holes. Get busy fighting for your rights.
That's it.
I was fighting the school board here. They refused to do the Pledge of Allegiance only but on Mondays. So I fought for a year to get this done. And we had one school board member who lost a son in Afghanistan, I believe. He was a lieutenant colonel. And she had the audacity to tell us, and this was during the masks and everything, and that was another thing we were fighting for too, you know, against. And she's like, if we have to give up a little bit of freedom for the safety of our children, then so be it. And I'm like, are you out of your mind? Did you really just say that? Your son died for this country for those very rights that you want us to give up? And she's on a freaking school board, and that's where it starts. People need to wake the hell up and stop worrying about the shit that's happening. Not stop worrying about Washington, D.C., but they need to start in their local areas because that's where it starts at. And then go from there. Get people in your local government to get your stuff into your county government, to get your stuff into your state government, and then get into the federal part of it. But it blew my mind, and my jaw dropped. Being a Marine and having this lady tell me, this Gold Star mother tell me, we have to give up some rights in order for the safety of our children. I was at awe.
Double Dog, I got one right over here. I got an old Nam vet. Me and him butt heads at least once a week because of that. And I'm like, I don't understand you, Charles. What did you stand for? If you're just going to say, oh, well, they said you have to take this jab, so there. And Orange Man Bad, he's so hung on everything they say, and I'm just like, wow, dude, you really shocked the shit out of me.
Yeah,
We got to get rescue a good helmet, maybe a spiker too. Really put the point across.
Right.
Now, what the hell is that word? Hopium?
Opium, yeah, opium.
Oh, hope.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
opium, a drug.
No, here on Devil Dog's comment.
Yeah, opium.
You will have nothing, and you will deserve it.
Yeah. Because everybody, not everybody, certain people in the community, in the world are like, no. But then you have those people that are just hoping everything's going to be great and perfect.
Yeah.
And they're stuck on that drug of hope. Everything's going to be great and perfect. Even though zombies, best example after Shad's life, are beating down the doors wanting to eat your brain. And they're in the room going, everything's going to be all right. I have hope.
You realize the zombies are going to be pissed off at that point because they came to eat your brain, and they're going to realize that it's a void space, and now they're going to be really mad.
They're going to crack that skull open and go, seriously?
Stands out a lot of people, not some people, a lot of people are brainwashed.
True. Zombies be like, I ain't shit for brains. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's hopium. Hopium is a drug that and it's a good and a bad drug. It's like you hope everything's gonna be okay, but your mind's telling you it's not gonna be okay unless I do something to make it okay and better. But a lot of people are just thinking everything's gonna be provided, everything's gonna be hunky dory, and the
somebody's gonna take care of it.
Yeah, someone's gonna take care of it. Yeah.
Yep. Paul J. Conroy has a good point here. If you give up any freedoms or right, it quickly becomes a slippery slope, and most people don't realize it. It's like the statement, does a lobster know it's being cooked if the water is slowly turned up?
But see, the smart lobster knew it the minute he was picked up out off the bottom of the ocean. He knew the shit was wrong, and he was trying to fight his way out from the beginning. And then there's the complacent ones that didn't realize it till all of a sudden you're in the boiling water.
Yep. He said, it's like when you get an empty peanut shell out of a bag of peanuts. Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yep.
You eat that whole bag, you eat the last 4, and it's like, what the
Empty
fuck?
husk, empty husk, empty husk. Oh man.
At that point, the other 3 don't matter because you're pissed off.
Yep. Yeah. So it was kind of a live stream tonight. I didn't know what to talk about. And normally I have something out there, and it just I'm still trying to figure out how to do my preparedness on here. So right now we're just kind of talking about the reasons why we need to be prepared. I'm hoping next week I could get more into the preparedness side as far as talking about what we should have and how about you go and do that. But it's so different for everybody, because if you might have children, you might have grandchildren in your house. It might just be you. It might just be
situational.
You. Yeah. So everybody's situation is different. Everybody's needs are different, and everybody's financial situation is different. So the only thing that we can just say is get what you can get when you can get it, and hope nothing bad happens. My whole goal is I hope that my room that I have off camera is nothing but wasted money. I hope I just piss that money away for no reason, and I don't ever need it. But if I do, I have it.
That's the point.
Paul was asking about the private message because he wanted to ask Ghost about solar and bats.
Bats? What?
That's what it
Like
says.
the winged fucking chickens with the.
Maybe he was wondering if the bats are going to affect the solar panels. I don't know.
I mean, if they're dumb enough to run into it, they could fracture them, but yeah, they are kind of. Yeah, I've seen them do it. I've seen them.
I look at preparedness as a self-sustainability. So try not to rely on the system. So as much as you can start to disseminate your day-to-day life and remove things from corporate and the system per se, as the big bad wolf.
Batteries. Okay.
Well, and that's exactly what I said. Take care of your house first. So you
Right.
need to make sure that your house is taken care of for whatever means or whatever may come up. I never thought in a million years that I would have brain surgery or get a tumor and have to have brain surgery. So my financial situation has totally changed in what I'm able to do versus before it. And I hopefully, within a matter of a month or so, maybe I can get back to work. And
like I said, you can't change someone else's diaper if you don't know how to clean your own ass.
Yep. Well, and it's little day-to-day thing. That's one thing I've noticed is just it's those little trivial things, that you're used to buying this. Well, now when you look at that and you rethink the label and you go, hey, we can do something different. And it's those little bitty moments you just start to filter through as far as for us. See, for us, preparedness, I've said this back when I first came into YouTube and got turned on to that word, because where I live, this has just been a way of life, because you never know when a hurricane comes in and knocks your power out. We've been out with power for 3 and 4 weeks, 5 weeks and shit before. So it's not, I mean, it's happened because it's just living in the piney woods. Pine trees snap, and when they do, they take things down with them. So shit happens,
6 months power here.
And so we've always looked at it as in, you always, that and the fact that it was a way of life, because we're far enough from town that it was like the trips. You would only go once a month really into town to get your groceries and stock up on your supply stuff. That sounds all old Westerny, but I mean, that was just because it was economy. It was managing your money, not making the extra trips to town, saving on that gas. It's that little budgeting thing. I think that's what would help so many people right now, is because so much has been laid at our feet that so many people have just gotten comfortable and kind of lazy. And I don't mean that disrespectful. It's just that it's a comfort. We live in the greatest nation in the world. So we have so many shit at our feet that we have.
Oh, yeah. Everything's right here. You can get on an app and have somebody deliver food to your house. You don't ever have to leave the house. You don't have to have a car.
They'll put it in your refrigerator for you.
You can get it. You can have an app on your phone to get a car come to your house to take you someplace. You know.
And if you weigh 550 pounds, you can even sue them because the car wasn't big enough for you.
Yeah, I seen that. Holy shit. So what Devil Dog here said about being sued for unconstitutional policies, patterns, and practices. So what would this entail as far as like for the jabby who got
well, okay. Let's go to the first one I put up there, which is 16 AM American Jurisprudence, second edition, section 98, where there's no just means for the Constitution be suspended, which means it doesn't matter what happens. We could have nuclear fallout everywhere, and none of your rights can be trespassed on. Okay, the government has a strict limit of what they're allowed to do, and even though they can't fucking read, it's our job to hold them to their job. Okay, the second one, during the fake runny nose thing, when everyone had to diaper up and stores were turning people away, I was suing these stores with this case. And I'm still living very well on that money.
Okay.
Yeah, they can't enforce you wearing a mask. They're not a CDC or a government agency.
Yeah, I fought with my local grocery store quite a bit until, I mean, it was funny because I didn't have my mask on, and the lady who told me I need to put a mask on had it down here below her nose. And I'm like, you're not even wearing your shit correctly. So what the hell does it matter? You know? And then here's the other thing is, if it was so contagious and so everything else, and you said you need one and I need one, well, how come when you use a needle at a doctor's office or whatever, they have to put it in a hazardous container? So if this was so bad, then why wasn't there hazardous containers all over the place? Hell, you saw shit just laying on the ground. You know, they got done out of the store, they ripped it off and threw it on the ground.
Right. Masks all over the parking lot.
Yep.
The thing that killed me was that when you're standing up, you need to have a mask on to walk into a restaurant, but when you're sitting down, it must be the virus is up higher.
Yeah. It's like it's up here, not down here.
And it doesn't go around plexiglass windows either, you know, because as long as you have that sheet of plexiglass at the cash register, everybody's safe.
Or if you're on an airplane and you're eating, it doesn't affect nobody.
Or at a restaurant eating.
Yeah. You're only contagious when you walk to your table.
Now, when the airlines had it so people had to diaper up to get on, I'd get a ticket just to fly. Because, I don't know, I like money. And I'd send them a notice and affidavit that I will not be complying with their policies, and I'd break down why. And I'd show up, and they never, even at the airport, they never bothered me about putting a mask on.
Oh, wow.
I never diapered up during the whole thing.
Nice.
I'm flying on planes like this. Doesn't matter. You got whiskers, a mask won't work anyway, period.
Mm-hmm.
Even a charcoal respirator won't work because it won't seal.
Yep.
What's up, Wolf?
What's up, Wolfgang?
You're muted, by the way.
I think my beard worked better than them cheap ass masks anyway.
About the same,
you just pull it up. Yeah, pull it up, Ghost.
Just grab a hold of that thing and be like, I'm good. Let's go.
Yep.
Oh, that's why I grow mine the way I do.
Background sound.
Yeah, I'm hearing the background sound cool.
All right, that's why I'm muted right now. My wife is watching a movie.
Oh, okay.
Is it a good movie?
Actually, it's called Haywire.
No.
Nice.
That one's not bad.
That's an older movie.
That sounds, yeah.
Little Lone Prepper said it's weird that you had to have be masked to go into a bank.
I know, right? Wouldn't that like ass backwards from everything?
Yep.
There's a good movie.
American Heritage Series.
Okay. American Heritage.
There's another good movie. Woohoo!
He's getting attacked. Man down. And our company that I work for, they were strange with the mask. You had to wear the mask in the office, out on the property.
That movie comes with a workbook.
All right.
I don't do homework. Well, that's not. But our company was like that. It's like, oh, you're going in their apartment. You need to wear a mask. I'm not wearing a mask. And you knock on the door. You know, sometimes the resident was home. They'd answer the door. You gonna wear a mask? No.
Yep.
And they look at you and be like, okay, they didn't care. But you would get, you know, you'd have many apartments, you know, they'd literally put a work order in for something to be fixed. And you go there, permission to enter, you knock on the door, oh, you can't come in, I have COVID. But I'm wearing a mask. It's going to protect me from your COVID. Put a mask on.
What's up, 125?
Total trash.
Wisconsin Farm Boy, welcome in.
I see old Mutt in the chat. No, wrong chat. Sorry, I'm watching 4 at the same time.
No, that whole mask was bullshit. Ex-military, going through gas mask, it was bullshit.
Dude, if your mask is not filtering out a fart, you're not filtering out anything.
Okay. The science says that a standard virus is 0.3 microns. Okay?
Yep.
Or 0.3 microns. And N95 mask filters anything bigger than 0.6 microns. So you can get 2 viruses through the hole.
It literally even said it on the box of the N95s that it
Right.
would not protect from COVID-19.
Well, it does not protect from viral loads.
Oh, the box I had even listed COVID. I was
honestly,
like,
it was to see how far they could get pushed for people to comply and stuff. That's what my opinion is.
And they're still wearing them in the vehicle
Oh,
by
yeah.
themselves, driving down the road. It's like, I still want to fart in your car.
I have a couple of guys at work that still are wearing the mask. I just shake my head when I walk past them.
You blow ass by it. Be like, can you smell it? Yep, that mask ain't doing shit. Have a great day. Because now it's going to be stuck in the mask, and they got to smell it.
I can taste it.
About the thing that
2
pissed
hours
me
later,
off was
they're
like
dude, yeah.
the missus's work. She had to wear one at the casino. And it used to really piss me off because it just, even if you're going to have people wear them, they wouldn't even have them change them out. They, you know, it's like her, she was supposed to wear this mask for the whole 8-hour shift. And it's like, okay, first off, that doesn't even make any sense. You're breathing in the same crap you're supposed to be preventing. So why wouldn't you change this out then every couple of hours? I mean, you know, it just, I got so mad because first responder stuff, anybody that's participated in any of that, if you've worked in a refinery, a paint booth, any first responder, everybody in there, it just, that pissed me. And then to watch that little short fucker get up there, pardon my French, get up there behind that podium. Not only did he sell you to put one on, but this dude literally had the balls to tell you to put 2 on. And the national media said, yeah, let's just pump this out. And it's like, so nobody said, wow, this is kind of, okay, this is too stupid. No. Stack another one on top. And it just like, I don't, I hope he goes to jail. I hope they come after him.
If 2 condoms ain't going to help you, how's 2 masks going to help you?
Well, okay, right in the Bible, it says twice that the mask thing was bad. One is you don't conceal your identity. And 2 is you don't breathe your own breath.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're in the hospital, a doctor's office or hospital, and they come in, you know, like DER or things that they come in, they wear the mask while they visit you, and then as soon as they leave, that thing goes off and goes into a contaminant box. It gets burned or whatever. I don't know what to do with it, but it gets thrown in a contaminant box. You don't wear it for 8 hours.
No.
I mean, you don't even wear it for what? I mean, most doctor visits are at most 20 minutes. I mean,
Well, the
depending on what-
surgical, they come in to be for surgery so that there's no droplets going in on the open wound while they're doing surgery. So there's the actual
Or coming
practical purpose for it. And
Yeah.
so even after the surgery's done, the first thing they do is take that off and throw it away.
Yep.
You know, so it's, I don't know. Yeah, that was a mind jacking.
Well, now that the surgical mask, which is what most people were wearing and still are, which I enjoy when I see them at the store, but they're only good for 2 hours. If the surgery's 4 hours, they'll swap out the mask in the middle of surgery on the doctor.
Okay.
But what I love is the people walking around with these face diapers on and stuff. I usually get right behind them. I start hacking and coughing real bad, and I go, "Oh, damn COVID," just to get them a little bit worried.
Is your
I
eye
love
bothering you?
Entertaining for me.
milk jugs and the tubes and oh my god, I love those.
No, I get these shooting pains, and then it starts into a headache, but then it goes away. So
Oh, your zinger hitting you?
yeah.
Stress.
Have
maybe.
you ever, for taking care of a headache, what I do is I suck on 5 almonds, for a couple of minutes, and I chew them up and swallow them, and that works a lot longer than an aspirin.
Oh, okay. I have to try it. I got almonds.
Well,
Yep.
wait a minute. Ghost said you're not supposed to put your mouth on it. So how's that going to work?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a night. Been on here for an hour and 17 minutes, so I appreciate everybody coming up and chatting and helping me out through this live stream. Like I said, I didn't have anything specific to talk about, so
Well, thanks for having me up. I didn't get to say much, but that's okay.
Probably good.
the floor is yours. What do you got to say?
Fucking CB.
Fucking CB. Screw you, Ghost. Tell dog, stay safe. D dog, good to see you, and rescue, good to see you.
Right on.
I put I put my 2 cents in every day during the week.
There you go.
You know they're getting rid of the penny, right? So you might want to go.
Can I share a final thought?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna go
My
around
final
the room
thought. My final thought is, if you don't know your rights, you're being cornholed.
here. Absolutely. Rescue.
Hey, my
Final
2 cents
thoughts.
is make your day a good day. You're the one that gets to perceive the information coming in and how you handle that. So if you let it get under your skin, then you're the one that's given something else to control. Don't do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ghost.
My 2 cents? Just pay attention. Wake up, listen, learn, and don't fall for BS.
There you go. All right, chat. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight, and we'll see you in other people's lives, and we'll be back here next Monday for another episode of Double Dog Prepper. But until then, stay safe, stay vigilant, and stay prepped.
Later.
Right on.